Hi guys, today I'll be talking about kundalini awakening, which essentially is the awakening of two existing energies in your body, one being feminine and the other masculine. With this, also think yin and yang, so your yang being masculine, the yin feminine. Feminine is your receptivity, your expansion, the cooling part of yourself, your composure. Yang masculine would be the active, rational thinking. Also, yin is like more intuitive. Yang would be your rational, active being. Yin is also a cooling, more gentle nature, where yang is like the fiery, ambitious nature. So everybody has kundalini energy within them at birth, being born a human being in this world. Everyone has this in them, right? It's all about the matter of waking it up, because for a lot of people, it is asleep. And ways that it stays asleep is avoiding emotions that are blocked, that cause blockages, so that kundalini is not awakened or expressed in your day-to-day. Or aware, it's better said. So if it is sleeping, you're not aware of it. So I'm going to help you bring awareness to it and unleash the power that it holds. So there's also this thing called the axis pole of your spine. So the north of it would be up here, south down here. Yang, masculine, resonates with the north, and yin, south. So think about like how the chakras are in your body. That's kind of what you're looking at here. So upper region would be the heart chakra, the throat chakra, and the wisdom, the third eye. So it represents wisdom, authenticity, like you speaking your truth, communication, and love. And then the yin is like the lower region, which would be creativity, security, and vitality. So if you think about it, women bring forth creation in this world. So like I like to think of it as it's placed in the womb. So yeah, just keep this in mind. And when kundalini is awakened, it creates a dance between the two energies. So it's like, this is why kundalini awakening is shown as like a snake, a coiled snake going up and down your spine, because that's what your energies are doing. They're oscillating up and down the south and north pole of your spine or your chakras. So the abilities of awakening your kundalini, one would be transcending human limitations, access to divine wisdom, so you'll be able to see more supernaturally beyond the realms of just material world. So within this process of awakening, activation, it's highly concentrated energy that is generated, coming from the north and the south axis, coming together and creating a concentrated energy. And with this being done is when things start to happen after this. So the energy like increases. Yeah. We also have a life force energy in our root chakra called prana, which is in yogic terminology is life force energy. Oh, can you see my face? No. So this root energy, prana, is going to be your foundation. This is your stability, and this is what will make you feel grounded while undergoing through this process. Okay, so prana in your root, yin and yang, kundalini energy is going up and down, fluctuating, and also oscillating. Depending on the merging of these two energies is what impacts our everyday experiences. So for some that are blocked off, well, they'll have a different experience than someone whose is open and more expanded. So I'll be explaining what these things called yogic locks, which are where we're able to contract the energies, contract and then release, practicing receptivity to whatever the universe or God, I like to believe, is trying to channel through to your energy. So you won't receive this as something you want. It's going to be received as something you need. And if you ever heard of the term stop blocking your blessings, this is what I think of, because the more you block an emotion, and a lot of Chinese medicinal practitioners believe this as well. Like, no emotion is bad. It only becomes bad when it lasts too long or it's blocked. So when it becomes blocked or avoided, so when something becomes blocked, it goes into the avoid box. And that emotion doesn't go away. It stores deep within you. And the more you do this, the more unaware you become of it. And then that goes up to your subconscious mind, your autopilot. So you're doing these things and having these experiences which seem like a constant replay of the past without being fully aware of how to stop it. Okay, so the yogic locks, or also known as yogic binds, are contracting your chakra points. So the throat one would be stopping the pranayama, or like life force energy, your breath, from going into that area temporarily, so you're not like suffocating yourself. But so I'll demonstrate. You inhale, keeping your chin like almost tucked into your collarbone, and hold that, and then do a long exhale. And the longer and more consistent you do it, the stronger and more potent that energy is going to be. Okay, so that was the throat chakra lock. With the root chakra lock, this may seem weird, but this is how it's done. You're almost like holding in your pee, like that feeling. You're lifting your pelvic floor along with the organs up and almost sucking them in and up at the same time. And this is stopping the energy from leaving you. So you're stopping the energy from coming up by doing the throat lock, stopping the energy from coming up through the throat chakra, and then opposite for the root chakra, you're stopping it from going down. I talk with my hands a lot, so don't mind me, okay? It's just a habit. Alright, so with doing this, like withholding the energy from going up in your throat chakra and then stopping the energy from going down through your root chakra, you're making the two meet in the middle around your solar plexus area. And by practicing these lock practices, doing it consistently and with intention of merging the two, a more potent energy is created within your solar plexus, and that is the feeling of those two energies merging together. And it could feel different. It's a different experience for everyone because not everyone avoids the same energy, not everyone has the same perspectives or belief systems, so it's going to be a different experience for everyone, but it's going to be a new experience. I have to say that, like, no matter what walk of life you're coming from, anyone who practices this is entering something new. Visualization helps too because remember, you're creating your visualization, you're manifesting that energy in your mind where your third eye is, right? So if you visualize that, the more potent it becomes, the more higher the vibration. And honestly, like, to me, that's cool as heck. Like, I used to think visualization, like, practices don't work, but seeing something that you're creating within your mind, like, we're human beings. We're meant to create. This is what we do. This is part of our reason of life, is to create. So it's really not that far-fetched or hard to believe. If you think about it and if you're open to believing it, with time, you'll be proven that it's really a beautiful thing. And that's what a kundalini awakening is in my terms. It's just it's scary and it's uncomfortable because you're willing to sacrifice these old programs that you were familiar with, comfortable with, that are just keeping you in repetition, and you're stepping into something new. And as painful and scary as it is, it's also very beautiful. And also think of, like, when you replay a scary scenario in your head, right? Or you're resurfacing visions or scenarios, anything from the past, and that's playing in your head. What that's doing is cultivating fearful energy and also egotistical energy. And the ego isn't always like boasting, but the characteristics of the ego is fear-based, limitation, and separation. So you're like, okay, so by reinforcing those scary scenarios or ruminating on the past, using that energy in your mind, you are blocking your third eye chakra. So when this becomes open and enhanced, all of that goes away. It's like a light shining through all the clouds in your mind. That's like the best way I can describe it and how it feels to me. Another trait of the ego is self-centeredness. So when we ruminate and we think about all these things, we're also not a lot of us are aware of this, but we're practicing like self-centeredness, and we're making ourselves like the main character of the whole thing. Like, people actually think about us that much, or like it really matters that much. It doesn't. We're only making it up in our mind. So why can't we make up something else that will pursue us further, and not keep us stuck in binds of the past? That's just my belief. Another strong virtue of awakening the kundalini is tuning your frequency from a level of stagnation, confusion, and blurriness to divine direction and purpose, clarity, and just a genuine purpose and a reason to be here. This is a soul's journey back to the divine source. This causes you to operate in a divine realm, in a new dimension. I see it as a rebirth, and before something is reborn, something else must die. This is just the cycle of life, how it works within us. I like to view it as, because you can't have like the best of both worlds. This takes a lot of sacrifice on our part. Like, we have to sacrifice those old programs and be willing to operate fully as like a newborn. It's like we're fresh, we're new, it's a whole new world, and that's beautiful. And that is basically what the Kundalini awakening is: opening up to your fullest potential, to a world of abundance and less limitations, if any at all. So if you feel like you're not hearing from God, if you are just stuck, or you feel alienated, abandoned, purposeless, unhappy, like, this is the answer for you, because you and God are going to be attuned to the same frequency now. You guys are going to be aligned, and you'll finally be able to receive God's message and direction in your life. You'll finally be able to see change and be free. Okay, one last practice that has significantly helped me is pratyahara, which is, when meditating, pratyahara is withdrawing from your senses. So taking in less air, less noise, less sight. So this can be practiced by going into a dark room. This also helps to stimulate the pineal gland a lot. Going into a dark room where there's less distractions, less noise, slowly breathing, not like so much. Or you can start taking a deep breath, but then focus on reducing that. So you're, again, withdrawing from the senses, pratyahara. And this, like, I don't know, it almost is like a cocoon feeling, or you're like in your womb, in your own womb, I guess, like, but your mother's womb, but in your own womb. I don't know, that may sound weird, but that's how I see it. It's just like you're in this condensed area, and which is yourself, right? And you're just feeling so secure within you. And that's the ultimate aim with yoga and like meditation, all these things I talk about. With yoga, it's like being open to receiving what the universe is sending your way to, like, grow you and ultimately free your spirit. And with pratyahara, it's just like, its intention is to look yourself, bringing awareness to yourself and thanking yourself that you are your own security, and you will reap what you sow with this. Like, you will gain the benefits from it and see how secure and free you can make yourself. Like, nothing else, you. Okay, this is all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and you took something from it. I'm not trying to tell you what to believe in or anything. I'm just sharing some universal experience. So take care.